Somebody asked me to share my thoughts on the whole Officer Wilson shooting Brown incident in Ferguson, and whether I think that Wilson should have been charged for using deadly force when it was unnecessary, all that stuff. Basically, the scenario as I understand it is this: Brown and his friend went into a store. Brown shoplifted. Store owner phoned in the shoplifting in progress. Brown and his friend left the store. Wilson was driving by, saw them on the street, thought that Brown fit the MO of the shoplifter. So he stopped to ask them questions. He's gonna try and get out of his car. Brown then assaulted him through the window, giving him minor cuts and bruises on his face. And according to Wilson, attempted to grab his firearm. There were a couple of shots in the car. One of them maybe hit Brown in the arm. Brown and his friend fled, split up. Wilson chased Brown. At some point, he's catching Brown, catching up to him. Brown turned around, hands in the air, but moved on Wilson, like was walking right up to him. Wilson, having already been assaulted once, was scared of Brown, had his firearm aimed. Brown had, every option to stop moving on Wilson, but he decided to advance. Wilson started shooting. In the end, between the car and the street, 8 shots were fired. None of them were shot into Brown's back. 2 of them were in the head. Brown is dead. Everybody's upset. It's a black and white issue, and it's an issue of this guy using deadly force on an unarmed man. Okay, those are what little facts I know, if indeed they are facts, details, whatever. My perspective is that, first of all, someone who's gonna thieve has got to be willing to pay the thief's price. And I don't care about what they say, what we say our rights are, and all that kind of stuff. Civil rights, personal rights. Rights are just something that we made up. They're not natural law. Natural law says you steal from somebody, you better be ready to pay with your life, even if you're caught. At the very least, have your thieving hands broken. Now, I'm not saying I've never stole anything, but I'm saying I think this society is way too lenient on thieves. And in a more naturalized human world, I think thieves should have to be worried about, if I get caught, I'm gonna get hurt physically pretty bad. That might deter some thievery. Secondly, then you got a guy who's gonna assault someone through their car window when they're vulnerable and perhaps try to steal their gun. And not just anybody, but one of these guys that we're paying to deal with the lowlifes, with the thieves, with the rapists, with the robbers, guys that'll assault people. We're paying this guy to deal with all these crappy people, and now we're gonna tell him you gotta be really, really careful not to hurt these shitheads who are may have been trying to kill you. My perspective, he would have had every motive to shoot Brown dead in the car right there. There's been enough video evidence that a guy can barehandedly, really easily, really quickly, and surprisingly advance on a cop, steal their gun, beat them down, steal their gun, shoot them dead. So to me, even though Brown is unarmed, he represents a potentially deadly threat. And I think Wilson would have had the motive to shoot him dead right in the car. And from the sounds of it, to me, when he chased him down on the street and Brown was advancing again, he got within 4 feet. 4 feet is close enough to, within a split second, close the gap, and there could have been problems for Wilson. So, if I was on the jury, I would not have felt right about charging Wilson for using excessive force. You know, if we want the cops to use less deadly force, those kind of situations, might as well train them to take at least a couple shots at the legs when the distance allows before they start shooting for the head. But that's not how they're trained. They're trained to use their weapons to kill, and so that's what he did. And as far as I'm concerned, sounds like Brown had it coming. That's my opinion.